I know you're somewhere, somewhere. I'm trapped in
SM making their group, and as well as how they're going to be interacting with each other. So let's start off on, oh, I didn't even know the white snake came out. Let's start off on how they feel about SM, or their predicament, them being a group. Okay, so we have, put these out here. Can they all be seen? I'm gonna just hope y'all can see. I'm so sorry, but so the first card we have is Hansel as survival. Now this card is very interesting to me. I hope I can find the book because I want to read what it said. This is not the right deck. But Hansel basically talks about having hope and, you know, keeping faith, but knowing that there's a loss in the end, like knowing that they're going to lose in the end. So this is how they're feeling about themselves as a group. So it's survival. They also know that they're doing this because they need to survive. And in a sense of, they're doing this because their groups possibly individually need to survive. Them as individual artists need to survive. They're doing it because they're forced to, and saying no will probably dead let me not curse, I was gonna say, anyway, dead their careers then. And so it's just like, let's say revelations come before survival. So it's like a realization that they have to survive doing what they don't want to. And so, and I'm saying what they don't want to because I have liberation and wounds here. So it's kind of like they don't want to be confined with each other. Now wounds and words here say two things to me. The wounds and words are both something that I know that I said in the first one, that I think that a few members were manipulated, like they were told one thing and given another. And so that's where I think where wounds and words come from. And also I'm feeling like there's probably tension between members of this group, and like there's members in this group that actually have beef with each other and they don't speak. So there's that. But wounds and words. Okay guys, I hope that I'm recording. My video stopped and I kind of had moved on to the next set of cards. I didn't know that it stopped recording. I can't really see. So hopefully it'll actually record this all the way through. I'm gonna probably stop as soon as I'm done with this section and then start a new part. But yeah, so basically, I was saying that, you know, I do feel like there's also some members that may have beef with each other and ain't talking, but moving on. So I was also saying that there are, out of the three that I read in the first batch, that I was saying that there are, those who know better, and those who know, basically how SM rolls and how Lisuman rolls. It's like that's where truth, secrets, and understanding come from. They kind of know how they roll. They know underhanded deals. They know lies. They know deceitfulness. They know just how they work when they're deceiving people. So I do feel like there were members, maybe possibly some of them newer, even possibly some of them older, that were tricked into believing that what they're getting into was a little bit different than what it may actually end up being, or what it actually ended up being. And this red card right here is the red shoes. It's obsession. So it's definitely, they know that SM is a very prideful group. I'm at company. SM is a company that is obsessed with being on top, being the winner, being, you know, whatever. And so this is what it's showing me that they already know. So even with wounds and words, words that wound, they were aware when they heard this information what the intent was, and what was going to come after that. Okay, so it's just kind of like, oh, okay, so I know what you're up to. I know what you're doing. I know what the point of this is. I understand. I understand these tactics. Excuse me. So I started on the next cards. Is this still recording? Okay, the next cards, which is very interesting to me, which says Primal, Hunter, and Sacrifice. Like I said, when we're talking about this group, the majority, the overall energy is they know the routine. They know that SM is prideful. They know SM is going to go after what they want. It is their instinct to go for what they want, to seek what they want, regardless of who they step on to get it. Hunter. Primal and Hunter, it's like it comes naturally to them. It is what they do. And Sacrifice is also here. And this whole thing could also even just be them knowing that, thinking, okay, well, we want to break into the market too. And possibly even them knowing that it will cost sacrifice. But I felt originally, like it was more towards SM. Like we know, like I've been saying, the decisions that are being made, the intentions behind them, and that it is going to cost us, or cost the members, cost the fans. There's going to be, like the Two of Pentacles, there's going to be an exchange for what they want. Moving on. Trying to get through this quickly to make sure this camera's still filming. The next ones that come in is Valiant Courage, Grounding, and Finding Sanctuary. Interesting it came out this way because it came out a different way before. But so it's just kind of like they're in a new setting, all of them. And so now it's almost like they're bracing themselves, because it's like now they know that they're stuck with each other, and they know that they're stuck in this situation by contract. And so it's like now they're like, we have to go through with it. We've already done it. We've already signed it. We're already here. And so now it's kind of like it's something that they're still settling into. It's something that they know that they have to kind of find common ground with each other with. And they're going to have to find some sort of level of peace between them, because like I said before, I believe there's some that don't get along. So that's where this is coming from. They're trying to find a sanctuary, a safe space between all of them. The next cards are 9 and 16. And this kind of tells me that there is someone in here who's just completely innocent. There's somebody in here who just is going with the flow, and they're like, hey, we're in a group together. Hey, we're going to America. Hey, like, this is great. People want us to perform. We're a big American contractor signed us, company signed us. So there's somebody who's very naive, young, playful, who just believes this. And they don't really, I feel like they're sheltered, like, how do I put it? Like, they're not, nobody breaks things down to them deliberately. Like, it's kind of like you're not going to understand kind of thing. I feel like this person is kind of blissful and happy, and they're like, we're going to let him do whatever he wants. But let's discuss amongst us what we're going to do, how we're going to go about this. So that's that. There's definitely somebody completely naive in there. So this kind of goes into great detail. I don't know if I want to do this last or not. But let's just go ahead of how they feel about each other, more of the group, the intensity. Why did I say intensity? Girl. So we have integration. This is in reverse for me. So integration is they don't want to be together as a group, because this is in reverse. So they don't want to be together. Courage came out before, didn't it? Oh, I dropped the card. That's okay, whatever. Valiant Courage, but this time it's in reverse. So there are some who don't have it, some who don't, because the Oracle of the Sacred Traveler is saying they're going to need it. So they're trying to find it. And so Courage in Reverse here is saying that they still don't have it yet, but they're still, you know, settling into Courage, and the next card, Maturity. So they're definitely, just like the Sacred Traveler Oracle is saying, they're definitely trying to find a way to mature, a way to sort of find common ground and peace amongst them, because I don't think that they all get along. Traveling card in reverse, they don't want to go overseas. I'm just going to put it blunt. They don't want to go overseas. Some of them don't want to deal with Westerners. Some of them do not want to deal with Westerners. That's what I'm seeing. They don't want to go overseas. Some of them do not want to deal with Westerners. And some of them just generally don't want to travel with each other. We have receptivity, okay? So I feel like there's some vibes going on. There's some vibes, and everybody is kind of picking up on the vibes, probably minus this one kind of blissful member. He may be picking up on the vibes, but not understanding where it's coming from. But we have receptivity, and we also have clinging to the past. And I think also these two together, receptivity and clinging to the past, is more so towards SM, of like they're expecting. The members are like, this is how I'm seeing the members are thinking. You're expecting us to be received well because we're received well. We've always been received well, you know, but more so in Eastern countries. We've always been received well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they feel like SM is sort of clinging to the past in this way. It's just like, we've always gotten a lot of attention. We've always gotten this. But I think that they're like, you think it's going to kind of just, we're going to bring back old fans, or we're going to bring back even a bigger group of fans and be received well because you've done this in the past and you think that it'll work. Not the breaking into America, just the mixing of groups amongst other things. That's just all I can think of and feel like. It's just like, you've done this in the past, you think it's going to work the same now. So it could be some of that trickery or whatever that, you know, SMB on, you know, we all know SMB on some bull, but you know. So we have experiencing in reverse. They don't want to deal with it. To be honest, to be very honest, they don't want to deal with it. Making sure I'm still recording. They really don't. I'm going to check the camera after this so I can make sure I'm still recording. And then we have the Rebel. We do have members that are kind of, they're putting up a fight, or they're just really, they're rebellious. As the card just says, they're rebellious. They don't really want to deal with it, and they're making it very known that they don't want to deal with it, at least within the group and towards the company. Okay, let me check the camera to make sure we're still recording. We're still recording. I'll just leave it there. Anyway, so yeah. Moving on. So this kind of confirmed to me that there's definitely fighting within the group. We have the Dagger, Conflict and Danger, Lie in Wait, and we also have the Golem in reverse, which is the close friend acts on your behalf. Now, in this, especially in reverse, I'm kind of getting a more violent kind of thing. I don't know. I mean, we're probably definitely not going to see it, but I don't know if there may be a member that will get physical with another one. Y'all let me know. I don't know how these groups react to each other, interact with each other. I do know Taemin and Kai are their friends. They kiki together all the time. I know, but I'm definitely feeling like this is a pair. This is a group, two friends, and they got beef with somebody. One of them has beef with another one. They don't like somebody. And this could be the friend in reverse. The Golem in reverse could be another friend acting on behalf of their best friend who's got beef and fighting somebody else. Ratchetness, basically ratchetness. That is some ratchetness that's gonna probably pop off in Super M. Okay, I'm sorry for y'all who don't like. You know, I'm gonna put it like this: when you put that many divas in one group, you're bound to have problems. You're bound to have problems. And so you may have some problems within this group. Okay. So let me put this up. We're on the second to last. Anyway, my TV turned off. Had to be all loud and everything. Okay. So again, this is them thinking again towards SM. Because there are a lot of people there when I'm reading about the group, there's kind of the thoughts are bouncing back and forth between them thinking about how they're interacting with each other and how they'll get along with each other, and then I'm getting messages on how they feel about SM putting them in a group, or SM's plan for them as a group. So we have obsession, which shows up for like the third time, I think I don't know how many times I've seen obsession in this reading. Well, I'm not going to go find it for you, but y'all know. So obsession, perchance to dream, masquerade, and envious gluttony. This is all about SM. This is all about Lee Suman. This is all about whoever may also be in the group that also is determined to break into this market as well. I don't think there's really anyone in this group who has this thought process, but just in case there is, you know. But yeah, they, like I said, they really know that SM is very passionate. SM is very intense. SM is very determined, you know, to sort of get what they want. And they're not going to let anybody stop them from that. And it's kind of like the cards are basically saying that these members know. Okay, I know I saw obsession somewhere. So if y'all can see that. Okay. But yeah. So they feel like SM is putting on this bright, happy-go-lucky face of, we're trying to promote you, we're trying to, you know, we just want y'all to be just generally a successful group, but there's ill intent behind it, which is what I'm feeling like they feel they know. They're like, no, it's not about us, it's not about, you know, it's just greed, it's just enviousness. I'm not gonna bring anybody else into it, but we have envious, so you can think of people or whatever that they could be envious of, but they're envious of that, the Western acknowledgement, which it's funny to me because SM has never been, I've been into K-pop for what, over 10-12 years. SM has never been interested in the Western audience, you know, to any extremes. They've mostly stuck to Eastern audiences, mostly. But anyway, that's another story. But yeah, so it's just kind of like they're like, they see past this idea of, hey, we're just fulfilling your dreams, and we're just, you know, you're just going to be able to be a bigger group, a bigger celebrity overseas, and you're going to bring more traffic. It's just more, there's a more violent, a more darker kind of push behind it, and the group members feel like they see it. They see that, especially with envious gluttony there. They're like, no, the way you're doing things, the way you're pushing us, the way you're going about this group is because, you know, you're envious of what they have. You're envious of that kind of fame. And so you want to just instantly have that. And that's where, when we were doing what SM was thinking, I'm getting lightheaded, sorry. But anyway, I'm just going to continue. But yeah, so that's what the members are thinking. They're kind of like, you know, this ain't all it's cracked up to be. You're not fooling nobody. Okay? So again, this goes back, because it's kind of, there's a lot of members, so it kind of goes back and forth between thought processes. This is back again within the members. This is both, these last two cards I see are read both up and down. So here's how it is. They're not going to work well together. there is a blooming of feelings. Like they're like, okay, you know, some of them are sort of getting to know each other and sort of getting to try to like each other, but they have beef. It is something that they need to work on. I don't know who it is. I don't know. I really don't know who it is. I don't know if Taeyong is involved, because I feel like Taeyong is involved. I'm more like that's what I kind of heard. I don't know if Taeyong is involved. Who else was in the group? It doesn't matter. But yeah, so basically the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is telling me that this was a very bad business decision. It's like almost like they were like, it's like I hear like, how could they put us all in a group like this? How could they put us together in particular? How can they put us together? How could they, you know, what were they thinking? Like, why would they put, you know, you and I in the same group? Like they got beef. Like I don't know who it. Hell, it could be Taemin and Kai just really not want to put up with each other any longer than they already put up with each other. You know how sometimes friends be, but no, I don't know who in this group. If it's like, I know it's like two or more people. It's like two people got beef, and like the card said like there's a friend who, of course, they're, you know, a ride or die. I'm not gonna curse. Ride or die B, who's like, hey, if my friend got beef, I got beef too. Kind of like that. So it's like it's they're like, this is an awful decision to put us together. But then there's also someone's mature mind that's kind of like, hey, let's try this. Like we can make it work. Why don't we just say sorry? Why don't we just, you know, try to work this out? I know you don't like so and so, but maybe we can, you know, make something happen. Someone's mad because they want somebody off their high horse. So I know. Okay, camera cut off again. That's okay. Like I said, where I left off on was talking about them having beef. And honestly, I think it's one of the seniors, because what I'm seeing, and this is what I'm getting, is it's from a younger one. And this could be actually, instead of Taeyong, it could be Lucas feeling this way. It could be Lucas, but you know, I'm not gonna throw no more names out there because I don't want people to, you know, to assume. Allegedly. That's what I'm gonna put, allegedly. But no, it seems like they want somebody knocked off their high horse. Like they feel like somebody is too full of themselves, somebody is too conceited, somebody, you know what I'm saying? But Five of Wands is also in reverse, so it's like little fights, little arguments, little like snivels of like shade being thrown. Shade, you know, passive aggressive comments. It's like they don't want no beef. They really don't want it. They really don't want to fight. But at the same time, it's kind of like they have an attitude towards I think it's towards a senior member who they want off their high horse, which also could be set in reverse as well, like a senior having an issue with a younger one, a younger member who's possibly on a high horse, and they're like, you need to come down from that. You know what I mean? So it's either way. It could be definitely it could definitely be a younger one wanting a senior to like calm down. And it could also be or both ways, where it's received like, who are you to tell me who's been in the game since so and so that, you know, I need you or you need me, or, you know, whatever. Great big happy family, Barney, whatever. But I'm telling you now, they have issues. I don't know how SM is going to deal with that. I really don't. But I think they'll deal with it eventually themselves within there, because there is somebody, I feel like there's somebody in here who is going to try to make things work. And I kind of almost want to draw some more cards. I'm just being drawn to it. So I want to see, first of all, if I can get any information on who's fighting. If it's a younger or older person who's the one who has the most problems. The Empress. Okay. So the Empress could be also a person who's like a motherly figure. So out of the members, if you guys are trying to figure out who has like who has the biggest issue with somebody in the group, it'd probably be the more motherly figure. Yeah, it's an effeminate member. It's a member who's more on the effeminate side. It's a member who is more actually loving and nurturing. So it's somebody who actually, they have the complete opposite appearance of what they actually are kind of feeling and going through. So it could be literally the most kindest, sweetest member that you're looking at that is really ready to throw hands at somebody. I'm letting you know now. It's like more of a motherly figure. So who are they trying to throw hands at though? Who are they trying to throw hands at? That's not a person. Who are they trying to throw hands at? I wonder if I'll get an answer. Uh-oh. You saw that. Y'all saw that. Granny Greeneth. 6 of Cups. I don't know, y'all. It's like they're not telling me who exactly they want to throw hands at, to be honest. They're not telling me who they want to throw hands at. But, it's someone who they had beef with in the past. They had to have. So, yeah, whatever it is definitely something that has carried over since, you know, whenever. But the person who really is standing out is this person who's actually a kind, nurturing type of person. Someone who has like a motherly figure, probably someone who's more feminine. Y'all can figure it out. In fact, leave in the comment section below, who do you think is the one out of a Super M that's really gonna be fighting, like that's really gonna have a lot of problems with somebody? Who do you think are the people that have issues? Like, let me know, guys. What do you think about this group and their shenanigans? What do you think their dynamics are going to be like? So we're going to move on into the very, very last segment. Hopefully this records all the way through, because I have a lot of cards, but it should be short. And this is basically, what is the outcome of the group? That's what everybody's been waiting for. What is the fate of this group? So, what I see here is I have Triumph of Lies. It doesn't even need to be reversed. Triumph of Lies, Atonement, Fated to Suffer, and Revenge. Already that sounds like it is a flop. That already sounds like it's a flop. God, it sounds like, but let me tell you what it sounds like. It sounds like it's going to flop because of the way they're going to do things. SM is they're going to have to pull some bull. They're going to have to do some crazy stunts that is really going to probably get them reamed. A 10 of Swords is like deaded. So this is, Atonement is like 10 of Swords, okay, which is being murdered. So it's like they're sending, it's like how the first talking about how SM feels about this group, it's almost like they're sentencing them to death in a sense. Like, that is so harsh. Sorry. It's like they're sending them out there to just really be reamed by the public. And they know that they're going to get reamed at first, but you know, it's like, what's really going to drive them to possibly fail, what I'm seeing, is the intent behind them being pushed out. So we have Revenge here and Triumph of Lies, and this is SM, this is their company, this is the management. So because of the lying and the intention for revenge on God knows who, you know what I'm saying, it could lead them to failure. Could lead them to failure, meaning it's a possibility. It's not a fact. So also just basically I put some more cards of basically how they're gonna fare out. I do think the members are going to get along. They're gonna get over themselves with having, you know, beef with each other, because I have Duty, Intimacy, and Enchantment. So I feel like they're going to be they're actually going to like what they're doing in America. They're actually going to get caught up and actually start enjoying themselves. And also squash whatever they have, possibly squash whatever they have, because they want to do it for their company or keep their group together since they're doing well, quote unquote well. Now this tells me, once I got here is when I knew, okay, so they're actually not going to necessarily flop, or they're gonna rise and then they're gonna flop. It's more like they're gonna be, I won't say they're gonna flop. I'm gonna say they're just gonna be stable and possibly not as huge as they think or expect them to be, but we may not know that. I don't know how to put this clearly at all, so you're just gonna have to take it how I give it and probably, you know, give me your own interpretation of what I'm trying to say. So these cards come out. The key is in reverse. So locked doors can now be opened. It's in reverse. So it's like, no, they're not going to be opened. We have your secrets are safe. I think this was upright. I can't remember, but the gate, the barrier keeps you from your goal, is also reversed. But what I'm feeling like is there's a secret that they're gonna hold. There's a secret that they're gonna have about this group's success, that they're going to keep covered. And this key that is hidden is the one that opens the gate to what's going on in the group, what's going on to their secrets for the group. So I don't know what this is specifically talking about. All I know is I feel like, here's how I put it, because the top cards are talking about how they're not going to be successful. I think they may actually be successful, but it's not going to be true success, because there's going to be a secret behind it. Moving on, we have the siren, which is a temptation may lead you astray. The minstrel, which is let your intentions be known. Water, emotions are at their peak. The unicorn, good fortune and friendship. Okay, this was in reverse. No, was this? No, this came after this. The griffin, honor and good luck was in reverse. Okay, and the unicorn came after good fortune and friendship. This is where it's telling me that the group's going to be sort of successful, but not because they actually gained a whole bunch of fans, but because of dishonorable moves based off of emotions. It's going to be because of friends within companies, friends. I don't know how to say this word, guys. Satire, whatever. But revelry and indulgence. It's the Raven, Medusa, and the Chimera. So it's like decisions that are going to be made for the group because of friends who are actually helping support them. So it could be like literally, if they let's say they make an album and it just sells out, it's because their albums are possibly being bought out by, you know, another company that's trying to help support them. Not saying that they can't sell albums, by the way. So anyway, it's just revelry and indulgence. The Raven, darkness looms on the horizon. Medusa, jealousy leads to downfall. And the Chimera, imagination clouds your judgment. So it's kind of like there's going to be a downfall because of them reaching too high. And it's like, I feel like there's going to be friends that are going to jump in to try to save the situation. I feel like it's actually really only going to get bad because there's so much it's so much focused on trying to do something that they're not used to doing, trying to get involved in something that they haven't had any or had enough experience working in, and lazily doing it for profit, not actually putting effort and love and care into it. And that's how I'm just going to put that. And so that is going to lead to the downfall of this group. The possible downfall of this group. Nothing is fact. Take everything with a grain of salt, unless it comes true. Hey. And so last. These are the tarot that I got. Okay. Again, it's just like a thing where they don't want to travel with each other. They don't want to travel with each other. But we have King of Cups, who I feel like showed up before. I don't know why. Anyway, we have King of Cups, Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Eight of Cups, Ace of Wands in reverse, and Seven of Swords in reverse. So it's like, and it's they feel like things are going to be easy breezy. And at one point it is actually going there, SM, Super M is going to breeze through, this American tour, American thingy. But they're gonna kind of breeze through it at one point before it flops. This is again saying the same thing. It's kind of like there's going to be I don't know if this is gonna become after a lot of backlash, that they're gonna actually start breezing through things and kind of moving a little more easier. But I do see it being a time where they're gonna move a little more easier. But it's kind of Ace of Wands is like they're gonna be out of ideas. Like it's just gonna be another group. It may not pick up the amount of popularity that they think it's going to pick up, and it just may end up being just another group that has, you know, just medium success. It's not good. It's not super great, but it's not bad. You know what I mean? Just kind of like that. Not something that they were expecting. From a group that they expect to be the Avengers of K-pop, you know, a super group, you know, made up of elites. I don't think it's going to get the response of elites, like, you know, elite artists all together. I don't think it's going to get the response that they wanted. And that's all I have, guys. Like I said, I'm getting a little dizzy, so I'm going to stop reading right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really want to know your opinions on the group. I want to know your opinions on their dynamics, their friendships. I want to know how you think they are going to, you know, to fare off, or, you know, flop, or, you know, top. Do you think they're gonna be extremely successful in America? Do you think they're gonna be Do you think they're going to immediately fail out the door, like out off Jump Street? I want to know. Let's have a talk. And until then, you can follow me on Twitter, on Tumblr. You can email me at thelinesandtarot@yahoo.com if you want to purchase your own personal reading or reading for your idol or group. And until next time, deuces, my cubs.